Welcome to Athlete to Athlete. This is episode 5. I'm Franklin Langham, UGA golf alumni, 1987 to 1991.
And I'm George Langham. This is my dad, and I'm a junior here on the men's golf team. Welcome to episode 5.
So George, we kind of had similar paths getting here. I started at Wofford College in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I wasn't quite to the caliber I needed to be to start here at the University of Georgia. You sort of did the same thing. Kind of tell us about your journey to get here to Athens.
Yeah, so I always loved golf, played golf obviously with you. It's kind of always been in our family. But coming out of high school, I definitely wasn't good enough to play on the team, to put it that way. But I went to a small school, Coastal Georgia, down in St. Simons, which was probably the best decision I've made for me to get here to achieve this dream. I was there for 3 years, performed well, got a chance to come here, and achieved my dream for sure.
So you did it, we've talked about it, you were down at College of Coastal Georgia in Brunswick, St. Simon, so you had the opportunity to practice and play with some of the dogs that have gone on to be successful on the PGA Tour. Golf's such an individual sport, right? So how do you approach that, when you're working on your game? Yeah,
for sure. It definitely was kind of like flip-flopped a little bit. Like, I was down there, all the past alums on the PGA Tour were down in St. Simon, so it was super cool to see them, obviously, and it was kind of a dream of mine to, go to Georgia, play like where they obviously did and stuff. So, I think that really helped me to get here, just because of, seeing how they practice and obviously stuff like that, and that was a big thing for sure.
Yeah, and we talk about golf being such an individual sport, right? But it's really cool when you're able to play on a team. Some of my teammates here are still my lifelong friends to this day. George, has that been kind of cool for you to come here? What kind of camaraderie do you guys have on the team here?
No, yeah, for sure. These guys on the team, I've been here for about to be a year, and these guys will be some of my best friends for life. And that's super cool, obviously, because golf is an individual sport, but it's very fun to kind of have guys to go play with, work out with, stuff like that, because sometimes this game can be lonely, but it's super cool to kind of be in, I think, the greatest golf fraternity, and super exciting. Yeah.
Do you think being on a team drives you to be better? Do you guys hold each other accountable, and that competition within the team makes you better?
Yeah, for sure. We're always out playing, whether it's playing for money or doing something like that, and kind of competing against each other. But yeah, we're teammates, obviously, so we help each other, but there's definitely a drive between all of us to help get each other better. And yeah,
good.
For sure.
So George, you and I both are playing under different coaches. For me, it was Coach Copus, who led the golf program for years and then successfully handed it off to Coach Hack, who's obviously done phenomenal things with the team. What in your estimation or your assessment makes Coach Hack such a great coach?
Hacker is just, first of all, he's a great guy. Always, you can talk to him about anything. He's always super, caring for us and all that. But I think what makes him great and why we have so many tour players is just that we're always competing. And obviously in the professional level, it's very cutthroat once you turn pro, and you got to be able to make a lot of birdies and play well. And I think the way our qualifying is set up, you really have to always be on your game, make a lot of birdies and stuff like that, and I think that's why it translates that we have so many players on tour, because we're always competing. There's no days off for sure.
I think you make a great point, though, because if you're qualifying every week, that's much like the PGA Tour. You're playing every week, you're having to make every cut, or you're out of the money and you're on to the next week,
exactly,
right? And that's kind of how the atmosphere, it seems like, Coach Hack's created here.
For sure. And then we just added Mookie onto the team, and he's been a great addition. He kind of is out there helping us because he's played a little professionally and he knows a little bit about that. So, and he's another great person. You can talk to Mookie about anything. So he's been a great addition to the team, and we love Mookie. And so yeah, we got a good team here at Georgia right now, for sure. And kind of tell me a little bit about, so obviously when you were here, you got a different head coach. You had Coach Copus. So tell me a little bit, some experiences with Coach Copus.
Yeah, it was a lot of great stories. Coach Copus was a great man. He was a Navy veteran and just a tough guy, but he drove you to be better. He and Coach Dooley were actually teammates at Auburn and then came here together. So Coach Copus was actually helping coach the football team when he was assigned the responsibility for the golf team. So all of a sudden we had this football coach that was our golf coach, but he understood competition. I will say one common thread that you mentioned about Coach Hack is Copus, he was tough on the outside, but he cared for his players, and he would do anything for you. I remember many stories along those lines, but one time we were in Miami at a tournament, and I got a really bad ear infection, and he took me to the emergency room at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting, care, and he really, he would drive you to be good, and he'd kick you in the butt when things weren't going right. That's how he knew to coach, right? But on the inside, he really cared about you a lot. And I think that you can see that in your coaches, and it makes you want to play hard for them.
Yeah. So you've had some success on the pro tours after your time here at Georgia, and so kind of explain, like, what do you think kind of started it all here at Georgia? Because now, we have 12 tour guys on the PGA Tour and stuff like that. So kind of go through what it means to kind of be a past alum on the tour and a past alum here at Georgia.
Well, I'll tell you, first off, you get a ton of pride in that because, we're a fraternity of golfers, right? And so, you had guys like Chip Beck and Tim Simpson who came before me in my era, and then I came along and we had myself, Tommy Tolles, and so we would have different individuals that would perform well, but really, I give Coach Hack a lot of the credit. He came in after running the AJGA and really worked hard on the recruiting. He wanted to make golf and take it to the next level, our program. And, just the stable of players, we love to say it's not the PGA Tour, it's the UGA Tour.
Yeah.
So even me, when I'm watching on TV, I'm always pulling for the dogs, right? And I've got them favorited on my tour app and, just following and rooting for them from afar. I had the good benefit of, guys like Brendan Todd and Chris Kirk were coming out as I was kind of finishing my career and getting to play practice rounds, Brian Harmon, the likes of those guys, and just sort of passing the baton, right? Because the legacy will live on. You look around this room and the names on the plaques, the golf bags, it gives you a sense of pride when you walk in here. Yeah. So George, we've kind of been talking about, all the golfers that have come before you here at Georgia, me being one of them, go on to play on the PGA Tour. Was that something, seeing the success those guys had after college, was that, and being here at UGA, was that something that attracted you to the program and wanting to come to Athens to play here?
Yes, for sure. I said before, this is obviously, I think, the greatest golf fraternity and stuff like that, and I wanted to be a part of that, and I wanted to obviously see, what makes them great and how they got to the tour, and obviously I'm starting to see why, like how they made it out of here and stuff. So for sure, that was definitely a part of me coming here.
Yeah, because if you really want to see how good you can be, you got to go compete against the best. And I thought coming here, playing not only the qualifying matches with this team, but the tournaments that Coach Hack gets you guys in against the level of competition, you'll know whether you've got what it takes to get to the next level.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously this is a huge dream of mine to play here, follow in your footsteps. So what's it kind of like for you with me being your son, being here playing on the team that you played on, and your bag's right there and stuff like that, my locker's right there. So kind of what's it like for you?
Well, look, as a father, I get a huge sense of pride, you being here, having earned your way here, right? You went to Coastal, you performed well, and you earned your way here. It wasn't because I played here. But for me, it's just, it's really cool because, we talk about the legacy that's been created here and wanting to carry it further, not only father to son, but alumni to alumni, right? And George you've got 3 other brothers. They all play the game, but for whatever reason, you were really attracted to it, and you put the time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears into it to get to this point. And so I, along with your 3 brothers, draw a lot of pride in that you're here. But as you and I always talk about, this is your journey, right? I think you would agree. I never pushed you to play, but I encouraged you. If it was something that you wanted to do, I wanted to support you in that, and I hope you feel like that's kind of how it's been. I've kind of allowed you to make your own way, and what you do, it'll be on you, right?
Yeah.
If you go earn it, it's yours.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You never forced me to do anything. You obviously wanted me to love the game, and I think that's honestly made me want to be here more, because I think I just really wanted to follow in your footsteps, but you never forced me to do anything, which I think was better and makes me really love the game and love being here even more. So last year, Brian Harmon won the British Open, the Open Championship, which is super cool. I've pretty much watched for sure I watched every shot on Sunday. But what was your take on it when he won? Because obviously Sepp Straka finished second, so I mean it was dogs were 1 and 2. So kind of what was that like for you?
Super strong performance by both of those young men. I mean, Brian pulling it out. I mean, I've watched him since he was a junior, in Savannah, had success at every level. So was I surprised? No, not at all. I mean, he, developed his career and his game to get to that point. So when he had his opportunity, he was able to take advantage of it. Obviously, it was great to see Sepp finish strong as well. Another great individual. I firmly believe he'll get his major down the line. But, anytime those alumni win a tour event is special. If they're winning a major, incredibly special. Watching Bubba win the Masters, right? Anytime you can celebrate the alumni. And then for you at your age, I'm kind of past it, but it gives you something to say, hey, I've seen them do it. I want to do it myself,
yeah,
right?
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely kind of motivating, and seeing him do it and the fashion, the way he did it was super cool, and it'll be really cool to have the claret jug here, or a replica of it or something. But yeah, it'll be super cool, and congrats to Brian on that.
Absolutely. So George, we've been talking a lot about the golf and the program. Obviously, that's what brought you here. But Athens and the University of Georgia, such a cool city, such a cool campus. What are some of your favorite things about Athens and the campus?
Yeah, I mean, I just love the atmosphere. Obviously, it's springtime here in Athens, and it's awesome. Kind of just driving around. It's like the community here. Like obviously, the town is based around the school, and that's super cool. And like everybody here just loves the university. So it's been a fun time, and obviously springtime's even more fun. And yeah. Sure.
I think about Athens. I think it's the perfect setting for a college town, right? I mean, it's a big enough city. There's always something to do. You've got great restaurants, obviously the athletics and great sporting events. It's a great music scene. I came along when REM and the B-52s were around, right? And I remember watching Dave Matthews Band for free out on the lawn, Hootie and the Blowfish. So, just to have that and that cool atmosphere in Athens is a wonderful thing. Yeah. All right, so here we are. You've redshirted this year. You got one more year of eligibility. I know you've got some big plans for next year, obviously here. You and I talk about this a lot, right? And I think Max Homa said it for the Masters, right? Anytime his mind went to a negative place, he brought himself back and said, well, I'm going to allow myself to dream, right? So as you're dreaming and thinking about the future, what does next year and beyond look like to you?
Yeah, for sure. So next year I'm super excited to get to playing. Obviously, I've been seeing the guys where they travel to, the courses they play, and I'm jealous of it, but it's definitely motivated me to practice hard, so I'll be on the trip next year and stuff. But I mean, after obviously play good next year, which I'm expecting to, hopefully, and yeah, I mean, I'll definitely try the pro circuit, see where it takes me. But I mean, even if it doesn't work out, I think I'm very honored to be on the team here, and I'll have these friends I'll have and cherish these memories I've had on the team for forever.
I think that's great, right? You and I have talked about it. If this is all there ever was in the end of your career, how awesome would that be, right? And that's the way I approached it too. I didn't know I was going to turn pro. I got my degree in risk management insurance, even did interviews, right? But I was able to keep progressing my game. My last year, I made first team All-American. I said, well, I might as well give it a shot, right? So allow yourself to dream big, and go chase your dreams.
Yeah, and especially in this game, like it can happen so quick. Of like, you play well one week, it leads to another week, and then boom, you made it, kind of thing. So that's what's kind of great about golf. But yeah, I'm excited to play next year and then try the professional level for a little bit and see where it takes me for sure.
So George, I know you've got 1 year left, but how do you think Athens and the University of Georgia has prepared you for life on the course as well as life off the course?
I would say, I mean, definitely the school, it's a great university. The degree here from Georgia, it's a great degree. Obviously, you've gotten it, and it's something that I'll take pride in for sure, having a degree here, whether I play professional golf or I go into the business world. And I think that's why playing golf here is, obviously I want to be professional and want to make it that way, but golf's a great sport to have, obviously, to be good at. It's good in the business world and stuff like that. But I mean, the University of Georgia has taught me so much. Still got more to learn, but I mean, the teammates I have here are friends I'll have forever in life. And see rotation.
A lot of success in life is who you surround yourself by.
Yeah,
you and I talked a lot about that, and I think Georgia does that for you. Not only do you get what you need in the classroom, you get what you need here if golf is what you want to do forever, but just in life in general, the network that you build here is fantastic. Yeah. All right, George, let's have a little fun. I've got some rapid fire questions here for you, okay? Yep. All right, first one. Who is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration, I mean, it's got to be you and Mom for sure. I mean, definitely you playing here. You've inspired me. You've been a great dad to me and my 3 brothers, and I look up to you every single day. You're somebody I want to be, obviously, on the golf course and off the golf course, and I think that's a big thing. And so yeah, you're my biggest inspiration.
Well, thank you for that. I hope you'd say that if I wasn't in there.
Yes, sir, I
would. Describe UGA athletics.
In one word, I would say, elite. I would say you look at all of our athletics throughout every sport. We're competitive in almost everything. Obviously, golf, we're doing pretty good. We've won national championships and stuff, but I would say our athletics is awesome. Our staff here is incredible, and so I'd say we're pretty elite for sure.
I like elite. That's great.
Yeah.
George, in your own words, what makes Athens the best college town?
I would definitely say kind of like the people here for sure. Everybody loves the school. Everybody loves, obviously, the University of Georgia. There's so much to do here. There's a lot of nightlife stuff you can do. There's band parties, bands going on. So much to do here, and it's a lot of fun, for sure.
Very good. Your top favorite athletes of all time. This is any sport.
Okay. Top favorite athletes. My favorite athlete, obviously in golf, it's hard not to say Tiger. Obviously, the way he's kind of transcended the game for sure.
MJ or LeBron?
I'm on LeBron. I think
that's
LeBron's
one place we differ, but
yeah,
okay.
You're a Jordan guy for sure,
but your perfect meal in Athens is where?
I would say there's a lot of good spots, but I always enjoy when I go to Chuck's Fish. That place is great. It's got everything. I like sushi there, so yeah, I'd say Chuck's.
Hard to go wrong.
Yeah.
Walk or ride for a round of golf?
It depends kind of where I'm playing. I would say, obviously, just out here with the guys on the team, I would like to prefer to ride, have a speaker and stuff like that, and kind of have fun. But if I'm playing at a special course or something like that, I would definitely prefer to walk and kind of enjoy it all and stuff like that.
I think walking, that's probably where our generations kind of diverged. First off, we weren't allowed to take carts when we were here in my era at Georgia, but to me, the game is best enjoyed when you're walking and playing with a caddy, right? That's kind of cool because you're able to move along but enjoy the walk, as we say. Yeah. If you could use only one club in your bag for a round of golf and you had to play well, what club would that be?
I would probably do my 7-iron. I think because it's enough loft around the greens. You can kind of if you're in the bunker and stuff like that. I would say my 7-iron. What would you do?
I'd probably go 5-iron. I used to do this when I was growing up to try to get my game better.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's right. One of those middle clubs is probably going to be the best choice.
I got you.
Favorite course you've ever played?
It's hard. It's hard not to say Augusta National. That was a dream come true, obviously, growing up in Georgia. But that's one, going back to the other question, you got to walk there. That was something I'll cherish that walk for the rest of my life, and that was by far my favorite course I've ever played.
Tell us about the caddy you had and the connection to this year's Masters.
So very cool. So my caddy was Tommy Fleetwood's caddy, who's kind of getting a lot of media on him, and he was the nicest guy ever. His name's Gray, and super cool guy. And then sure enough, I go on watching the coverage, and Gray's Tommy Fleetwood's caddy, and they finished third, or something like that. So shout out to Gray. I had a great time out at Augusta, and thanks for carrying my bag.
Gray's been around there for many years and actually was caddying when I played the Masters back in 2001. Yeah. So he's seen a lot and knows a lot. Yeah. I was happy for his success and Tommy's.
Yeah, he's
as
a great
well.
guy. Great guy.
Who's your favorite pro golfer? Take me out of it. I know I'd probably be that guy.
Well, you're retired. But I would say Scotty Scheffler. Obviously world number 1 right now, but I think just the way he carries himself off the course is very, very cool. And obviously, kind of how I want to be, because I mean golf sometimes can be very tough and lonely sometimes out there, and I think he does a great job of kind of getting off golf, and he's a grounded person. So I mean, and he's also awesome to watch with his swing and stuff like that. I mean, he's playing great. So I'd say Scotty Scheffler.
He's the full package for sure. He's easy to pull for, right? He's got his life together, not only on the course with his skills, but off the course as well. A great family, a great wife, strong faith, and I don't know. I look for him to go on a pretty dominant run here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, George, this has been awesome. You know, it's really cool for me as your dad to come here, be a part of the university, keep my connection, but also have you playing here.
Obviously, it's a dream of mine to be here. Super exciting. This is athlete to athlete, and go Dogs.